Hello, all, and welcome to this hands on lab. In our lab today, we will learn how to create an IAM user. Scenario for our lab today: you need to create an IAM user with read only permissions to S3. Steps for our hands on lab today: first, we will create a user and then we will test a user, right? That's the same user that we have created. The steps to create a user is to go to IAM users, click on add user, provide username, password, and the access type, set permissions. In this case, since we are trying to create a user that needs to have read-only permissions to S3, we are going to select an existing policy, that is Amazon S3 read-only access. That is this policy. Finally, we will provide tags, review our details, and click on create user to go ahead and create the user. After the user has been created, we will test the user. That is, we will log in using our user credentials and check the user's access. One of the things to keep in mind, and this is the most critical part of this hands-on lab, right? I typically get a lot of comments, hey, I'm not able to do this, I'm not able to do this. You will only be able to do this if you have, that means if your user, your logged in user, has permissions to create a user. If you do not have permissions to create a user, you will not be able to do that. And that's probably one of the key reasons why I have received a lot of requests to create this video, is because people are not able to create a user. That's why they don't know how to create a user. And the reason why they're not able to create a user is because they don't have permissions to do so. Okay. So let us see how we can create a user. This is absolutely basic AWS, right? So let me switch. So this is IAM, as you see right here. This is users, and here is add user. So we will click on add user, and then we will give a name. So we are going to say S3 read only user. Now, depending upon the type of access you want to provide to this user, right? You want to give programmatic access or console access. In this case, we will provide both, but you can provide either or, right? You can select the access type, and then either you can auto generate the password, but in my case, I'm going to give a custom password, right? So I'm going to say this password is going to be password one or something like that, right? And then you can force the user to change the password on next login. Now, for this particular hands-on lab, I'm not going to do that, but you can certainly keep this checked. But in my case, I'm going to uncheck this, right? So click on next. So now we will select for permissions. So either we can add this user to an existing group, or we can copy permissions from an existing user, or what we can do is we can attach existing policies directly to this particular user. And that's exactly what we are going to do, right? So if I go back, remember that we have to provide this particular user read only access to S3, and we do have an existing policy right here for that, Amazon S3 read only access. So we are going to basically go to existing policies and search for S3, right? And this is that particular policy right here, Amazon S3 read only access. Click on next, and I'm going to give tags, let's say S3, and we're going to say read only, right? Next. So we are reviewing everything over here. And finally, click on create user. So a user has been created. So what you see over here is a username, the access key ID, the secret access key, right? So access key ID and secret access key will be useful when you're trying to configure this user to leverage with AWS CLI. And that's pretty much how you create a user. So this user has been created. Of course, you can click on this download.csv, right? So it will basically download all the user credentials, all the credentials that you can see in this table right here. This CSV does not have the password, but it does have the access key ID and the secret access key. So this is how you typically create a user. So now let us see how we can log in and test our user credentials, right? So we have successfully created a user and completed all of these steps. The next thing that we need to do is we need to test our user. So we are going to log in with our user credentials and check its access, right? So this is my login screen. I'm going to say S3 read only user, provide the password and try and sign in. And over here, let's say if I tell this particular user to try and launch an EC2 instance, right? Let's see if it can launch an EC2 instance. It should basically get a lot of errors on this page. So as you see, you have API errors right there. If I click on instances or in fact even launch an instance, it goes inside, but if you select an AMI, it will basically tell you that you are not authorized to perform this operation, right? So now let's go to S3 and see if it has access to S3. Remember, we have only given read-only access to S3. So it should be able to read, but should not be able to upload anything. This particular user, right? So this is my bucket right there. And I can probably, look at these files, which is a good thing, right? So go back. Now let's see if I can create a bucket. Let's say my trial bucket or something like that. I should not be able to create this bucket, right? So click on create bucket and this name already exists. For and now let's see if it can create this bucket. And it's basically giving me an error saying that access is denied, right? So I can look through the files of a bucket, but I cannot create a bucket. And this is my existing bucket. Let's see if I can upload a file or anything like that. Let's see if I can add a file. Uh, let's see this one, maybe. Let's upload this particular file. And it says upload failed, views details below. And actually, the real problem is that I don't have access to upload the file. So that means this thing works, right? It's basically saying failed access denied. And this confirms that this particular user that we have created, that is S3 read only user, essentially has only read only access to S3, right? So guys, this is how you go about creating a user. Now, in this case, we had given read-only access to S3. Of course, you can mix and match these permissions, different policies, depending upon your requirement, right? And that's the easiest way for you to create a user. So I hope this helps. Do practice it, but as I said, if you don't have permissions to create a user, you will not be able to go further ahead, right? So in that case, just refer to this video and just learn from this particular video as to how you can go about creating a user. So that's it from me today. I will see you shortly in some other video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.